If your life feels empty, you don't have a strong enough relationship with Jesus. Okay, this is why billionaires kill themselves. Solomon, let's take a look in the Bible. Let's take a look at the biblical example. Solomon had everything you could want in the world. Um, he had women, he had money, he had fame. He was the wealthiest man of all generations, and he still didn't have enough because he didn't have God. Okay, he didn't feel fulfilled because he didn't have God. All right, you look at anything around today, you will never feel fulfilled if you don't have God. Okay, Ecclesiastes, meaningless. Everything is meaningless in life. I think that's Ecclesiastes 4:8 or something like that. But I was literally talking to the prophet Solomon. Okay, life is meaningless if you don't have God in your life. If you don't have God around you, you will never feel fulfilled. You will never feel fulfilled. You will always feel empty. Yes, we can supplement these things for a short period of time. I've done it. You've done it. Trust me, we've all done it. Where we feel lost. We don't feel content. So we go out and we try and run our money up, and then we buy the nice car. We buy the nice watch. We buy the nice clothes. Right? We go and we don't feel loved, so we go and we try and talk to the woman, to the girl, or to the boy, whatever that is for you, right? And you run to him or her, and you try and find something out of her because you feel empty inside. Okay, but this is not the right way to do it. Okay, James 4:8. I think I got that Ecclesiastes verse messed up, but just read it. Read it. James 4:8 is, where is it? Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Okay? So if you feel empty in life, if you take my advice, I promise you, you will never feel empty again. Because I was in your shoes. Okay? I didn't have a relationship with God. Okay? I was always, I was fat. I would eat a lot of junk food. I had no girls in my life. I was in a horrible place mentally. I had no purpose. There was nothing around me that was good in my life. I was lost. I was completely lost. But I did what 4:8 said. James 4:8. Draw near to God and he will draw close to you. And my life is completely flipped. Alright? I don't go out. I don't party anymore. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I sit here. I make these YouTube videos. I lock in my business. I go to work. And that's it. I have a relationship with Christ. I read my Bible. And, I go to church and everything like that. My Fridays now look a lot different than before, because my Fridays previously, I would be going out. I would be, rapping to, rap music in the car, bumping it like I would be going and I'd be trying to like do two-mans, wild stuff like that. I'd be going out, I'd be drinking, I'd be smoking, I'd be making stupid jokes about people, I'd be gossiping, I'd be doing all worldly things that I guarantee that you have done as well. But let me tell you about what I did yesterday, because I'm filming this on Saturday. Got up, went to work, came home from work, worked on my business for a little bit, ate some dinner with my father. He went off to work because he works night shift, and then I went and I hit the gym, and then I drove to this little waterfall area in my house. I usually go to these prayer fields, but the church was the parking lot I couldn't access. So I went to this waterfall and I just walked around this little park and I just talked to God for the night. I came home, hopped in my hot tub, read my Bible, journal out these videos, what I wanted to talk about in today's YouTube videos, plan my day for tomorrow, as in this day. And now we're here, bro. And I tell you what, I had more fulfillment, I had more fun doing that than I would have going out and going to the bars, going out and, trying to hook up with someone or whatever that worldly thing is. I felt more fulfilled. Alright, I felt more fun. And this is what happens when you listen to James 4:8. When you draw near to God and you try and he draws near to you, you'll feel more fulfillment in doing things that are, actually productive, that are actually going to thread the needle in your life. You'll feel more fulfilled with the little things in life. Like, my brain was so messed up at the time. I couldn't do anything, right? Like, I literally be that one TikTok, right? Like, we can go and we can see, like, one of the 7 wonders of the world, and I'd probably be swiping on Tinder or going on TikTok or playing stupid mobile games, bro. But now I find find enjoyment walking around my neighborhood. Okay, I find more enjoyment doing the small things. You know, you doing my boxing. I have my boxing thing right there. Just boxing or weightlifting, doing things alone, spending time with God. I find more fulfillment doing that. Okay, so I promise you, you may be lacking something. You may be lacking money. May be lacking a girl. You may be lacking, your family, whatever that is for you. And I know you're probably like, as soon as I get this thing, maybe it's a nice car, maybe it's a whip, or maybe it's fashion. Whatever that is for you. As soon as I get this thing, I'll be fulfilled. Trust me, bro. I'm not at the point yet where I'm a millionaire. I will be, I promise you. And I'm all for running up your bag. I'm all for getting that beautiful wife. I'm all for, building that family. That's what I talk about. That's what my coaching is um about. I help young men grow in their walk with Christ. I help young men achieve their dreams. Okay, I'm all for that. Okay, I'm not the guy whose money is evil. I'm not the guy who's um you know, you shouldn't talk to any girl right now. Right? I'm not that type of dude. Okay, I love women. I like money. I don't want to say I love money because it's not. I don't want anything. God's over everything, right? But I'm just telling you from a place because I've had it. I'm not a millionaire, right? But I've bought things that make me feel good for a couple seconds. It's not worth it in the end, bro. It's not worth it in the end. You won't feel fulfilled. The only way you will feel fulfilled is if you have God in your life. Matthew 6:33, my second favorite Bible verse of all time. Seek first the kingdom of righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. If you have lack in anything and you find God, bro, I promise you, He will give you everything you want and more, and you will feel more fulfilled because you have a relationship with Him. All right, you need to have that faith besides the mustard seed, though. All right, hopefully it's bigger than the mustard seed, but even if it's a mustard seed and you genuinely believe, because this is how prayers. I'm gonna drop game right here. This is how prayer um works. Because people come to me, my clients come to me, and they say, Chris, I've been praying, I don't know, for a beautiful girl for a year now, and I still haven't got her. Or, Chris, I've been praying for my business to blow up, and I still haven't got it. Chris, I've been praying to get an A+ on my test, and I got a C or a B, whatever that is for you. Okay, and I tell them, number one, God isn't, He's a miracle worker, right? But most of the time, He's not going to just like, oh, you prayed for this, poof, here you go. No. Look in Proverbs. You gotta sow. Okay, you gotta put in the hard work, number one. You gotta put in the hard work. Okay, if I want to grow a business, I can't just pray and then overnight, boom, I have $1 million business. No, you gotta put in the hard work. You gotta put in the reps, man. I can't pray to be LeBron James and the next thing you know, I'm signing a contract with the Cavs. Okay, I'm not. I gotta go shoot hoops. I gotta go get in the gym. I gotta lift my weights. I gotta do my cardio. I gotta do whatever that is for me. Okay, you have to do the same. And then number two, you have to believe. Okay, what is a negative mindset gonna get you? All right, this is biblical. Number one, to think positively. But number two, look at Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich, right? Negative mindset, it's holding you back so much. Okay, you want to tell me, my clients, and this is no shade. I love every single one of you, right? My clients are like, oh, I didn't get my test. Okay, did you put in your hardest work? Okay, that's number one. And then number two, do you believe? Did you believe that you can get the A? Did you believe that your business can do this amount of money? Did you believe that you're doing or you can get the good girl? Okay, sorry, there was a B. But do you believe in that? Okay, you need to believe in that. You need to put faith in your trust in the Lord. You need to do those things. And then number three, you're sowing, you're putting in the hard work, and then you're sowing, you have belief. And then number three, bro, like you need to, it doesn't matter if you put in the hard work. Sometimes God, it doesn't work out the way you want it. You have to trust in His plan. Okay, you may want that beautiful life, all right? And you may be putting in the hard work, right? You may be going to the gym every single day. You may be watching, I don't know, flipping. You may be reading like The Game by Neil Strauss. You might be doing all this research on women, right? But why would God give you a beautiful girl when you are doing all this work but you still have a lust addiction? Why would He give you one of His daughters when you can't control your urges, right? You need to be thinking about these things. You need to find God, bro. You need to find God, and that's besides the point. We got off on a tangent there, but even with all these things, you will still feel empty. You will still feel empty in life if you don't have that relationship with God. If you have everything you want and more, because like I said in the intro, billionaires still kill themselves, and they still feel empty because they've achieved everything they want, but they don't have God. Okay? I talk about this a lot, but there was this guy named Joe Feely. He has a church in Pittsburgh, in the city of Pittsburgh, and you know people in Pittsburgh. Um, Athletes come into his church all the time where they have millions of dollars, they have the supercar, they have the dream wife, they have the nice job. I can only imagine. Think of all the people who have played in Pittsburgh. I'm not saying names that have gone to the church because he didn't reveal them, but think of all the greats: Malkin, Crosby, Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Paul Skeens, right? Imagine people like that, athletes, coming into the church who have everything they want, and they're coming in and they're like, I still feel empty. Bro, get right with God, bro, and I promise you if you don't have what you want, he will give it to you. And if you have everything you want and you still feel empty, bro, grow. Grow with God. Okay, if you want to speed run this, if you want to become the happiest, holiest, most disciplined version of yourself, I help young men grow in their walk with Christ. My Instagram is Christoph_Flanagan_. This video hit with you, message me, we'll hop on a one-on-one call, you'll tell me your problems, and I'll help you solve them. All glory to God. I put my faith and trust in him every single day. You should as well. And yeah, I love you guys.